mean, Epstein talks in these emails asking people if they're using code words. So the idea that people are using code words is something that Epstein basically says that there's, implies heavily that there is the use of code words. What I wrote about in the article was that I think it's very clear that when they use the word shrimp, in many contexts, they're referring to young women and not to the seafood. I think there are cases where they appear to be referring to the seafood as well, but there's cases where the shrimp is clearly a code word for young women. They just talk about it, and they even put the word shrimp at several points in quotation marks. I did not in that article write about the pizza references because I am not as confident about
Right.
whether or not those are code words. However, after the New York Times wrote about the fact that there's a lot of pizza references, and that there's particularly from this his supposedly his urologist, a guy named oh, I'm blanking on the name right now. Um,
Mm.
but his urologist basically they talk repeatedly about pizza and grape soda in ways that, I mean, I'm sorry, I've just never seen grown men show so much enthusiasm for pizza and grape soda,
Especially
and
not at their like wealth level, right? It's not
it
like they're
seems it seems very strange. I'm not saying that all the pizza references. I'm not saying it is. I just don't know. But I did then put on X because I felt like the Times had at least uh, they had been out there at least reporting on their paper. I just put on X. I go, we should just recognize that this wasn't a one-time thing, and I just listed all the different instances where they talk about pizza and grape soda, and in one of them, the urologist is prescribing Epstein a fast-acting erectile dysfunction drug. And then he says to Epstein, he says, "Go take your pill. Basically, go take them. Go take your erectile dysfunction drugs, and then let's go out for pizza and grape soda." That's weird. Like, why would you be
yeah.
like, take your erectile dysfunction drug so we can go have pizza and grape soda?